Understanding the crowdfunding market margin flip.
Joseph, you discussed there being a significant change in the market. What is that change?
There's a huge change going on, and it's the change in how portals, how companies, how businesses that involve themselves in the investment banking world, raising money for small businesses, the changes in how they're going to make their money. Where are they going to make their margin? At the end of the day, it's the margin that pays the bills and puts money in their pocket. And the dramatic change in the marketplace is where that margin is coming from.
So Joseph, what do you mean by the market margin flip?
Well, let's look at what the current margin model is. In today's market, much like lots of industries prior to the integration of technology and crowd-based pressures, companies work with a small group of clients, low volume. They interact with those customers a lot, high touch. They're helping them with the due diligence, they're putting together details, they're touching them every day with pings and communication. And because of that low volume and that high touch, they make a high margin. That's the current margin model.
Joseph, that makes a lot of sense. If that's the way that it is now, how do we expect it to be in the future?
Well, market pressures are putting incredible pressures on the investment bankers and on the companies that are working, and they're not going to be able to get that same margin anymore. And correspondingly, they're going to have to leverage the efficiencies of technology so that they don't have to spend as much time with each client. But in order to make the money that they need as a business, they're going to need to do high volume. So that's the market margin flip, going from high margin to high volume.
Has this happened in other industries?
Absolutely. It happens in almost every industry that sees technology come grinding its way through, transforming how the business is done. Let's think about, for example, stockbrokers. There used to be a wirehouse, a stockbroker for every investor. And when's the last time you've met a stockbroker? I met one. He was driving my cab on the way here. Right now, everybody's a potential stockbroker. They're using technology. E-Trade, Ameritrade, Scottrade are now replaced those front-end wirehouses. We go to Esurance for our car insurance or Lending Tree for our home mortgage. These innovations in technology have resulted in a complete flip in the market margin model for each of those respective industries. And the same thing is happening today with investment banking.
So what is driving that flip?
Well, we talk a lot about technology, and it's the online technology, it's the social media technology, it's the aggregation of the crowd through the ubiquitous dissemination of the internet. But in the case of crowdfunding and crowdfunding portals, there's another major driver, and it's the regulatory changes from the Jobs Act. The Jobs Act in 2012 created two primary triggers: releasing the ban on general solicitation and creating an option for unaccredited investors to participate. Those regulatory changes are one of the most significant drivers of the market margin flip in this industry.
So what does that mean for the people who want to raise money for businesses?
Well, they have three choices. One choice is they could sit on the bench and pretend it isn't happening and watch their business pass them by. The other option is they could kind of be a sprinter. They could jump in with both feet and they could head off running and say, I'm going to embrace this new model. I'm going to go high volume, low margin, low touch, and do it all. And the third choice is they could kind of be like a marathon runner. Take it for the long haul. Figure out how to leverage the new model within their old model. How to kind of keep a foot in both camps, so to speak, so they can navigate those treacherous waters.
So, Joseph, how can community leader help?
Well, the first thing we can do is help them understand how their business is going through that change and what they would like to do. And they do that by calling you, Sarah, and starting the conversation about where they are, what they're interested in, and how they would like to engage in this market margin flip. And they can call you, Matt, and start the process of figuring out what's going to be the unique configuration of a software and service platform to support their new business.